Hi guys. You like the Lincoln on the back of a grizzly bear picture behind me? I'm actually at my friend's house right now, dog sitting, and there's like no furniture in here, so I apologize for the echo, but yeah, dog sitting, cat sitting, bird sitting, and giant lizard sitting. All the other ones are in the other room, but there's the dog. He's tired. We walked for 8 miles today along mission trails. Anyway, I wanted to do a video because I have been completely absorbed with this video game that I bought off Steam on Black Friday for half off. It was like $12. Here comes Kane. Go away, dog. He's really annoying and destructive. Look, 3 hours. 3 hours I was gone, and he ate another TV remote. Anyhow, so this game that I've been completely addicted to is called Mount&Blade Warband. It's actually a sequel to the original Mount&Blade. And I had heard of it before in my now defunct Dungeons & Dragons group because the DM guy had mentioned this game in passing on one of our many long tangents, and he was saying that, oh, he married this princess and the king attacked him, and so he had to get revenge, so he attacked the king, and this whole long epic story I don't even remember. And I was like, what game are you playing that has all this stuff in it? And so he was like, oh, Mount&Blade. And he didn't really explain anything else about the game, just that there was all this like political intrigue and stuff that you could get involved in. So anyway, Black Friday rolled around a week ago, and not even a week ago, like 5 days ago, 4 days ago. And I remembered his little story, and I decided to look for Warblade, and sure enough, it was half off, and I was like, sure, why not, I'll try it. Oh my god, this game. Okay, this is one of those games that's very, very hit or miss as far as if you will like it or not, because I was talking to some of my friends after I got totally addicted to it, and pretty much all of them that had tried it before, except for William, obviously, were like, that's a stupid game, I hate it. And admit it, it's really not a fancy game. The graphics are not very good, and it's a very buggy war combat type thing or whatever, and it takes a lot of getting used to even function, really. But it has something in it that just makes it really addicting and fun. And I know everybody says this, but I am not really I don't have an addictive personality, so when I get really into a game, that's an achievement for that game. So anyway, basically, I don't know if I can really explain this game at all. It's kind of, you just have to play it to find out. But it's kind of like Civilization for like stupid people, for me. Because it's like, it has the whole like, you talk to the different nations, and you can try to conquer them, or you can try to be allies with them. You can try to conquer them and be allies with them at the same time, which is a little bit complicated. There's various princesses that you can woo and try to marry, although I found out the hard way that you should probably get in good with her father first, because I made the mistake of getting hot and heavy with Lady Svipul before asking her father for permission, and now he won't let me marry her, even though she totally loves me. By the way, you can pick male or female, and it really does matter, because in true medieval fashion, if you're a girl and you're trying to start your own empire, good luck. The lords will disrespect you. You can't marry any of the other girls. There's no gay option, obviously. This isn't Dragon Age. And it's a lot more difficult. But I will tell you that I did pussy out, and I the first 2 characters I made, I agreed to the you can't save on your own terms thing, and then I was like, okay, I really don't like the fact that you can spend like 3 or 4 hours real life time busting your ass, getting your band of guys together, and then you go off for battle, and then through some stupid glitch or whatever, you die, and there goes all your, pretty much every ounce of effort you just put into that. You know, there goes all your stuff, there goes all your tribe. The only thing you keep is your skills, and I guess your relations, although that can get really fluctuated really easily. So I went with the save scrubbing option. Anyway, this isn't a review. This is just, I just wanted to talk about this game because literally it's eaten my life away. And I'm like, feel really guilty because I still haven't beaten Assassin's Creed 3, and I bought Dishonored and I haven't even touched it yet. because I've been addicted to this stupid little game I got off Steam that's like, I don't even know how old it is. But anyway, so there's like 3 modes, okay? There's the world map, whatever mode, where basically you're looking at a map and you can zoom in or zoom out, and you see all the little icons for all the towns and the castles and the major cities, and there's caravans, and there's like raiders and stuff, and there's the guys that can be your allies or enemies, depending on how you interact with them. And you can interact with them, you know, click on them, and they have various context options for whatever you clicked on, like click on a small town and you can recruit guys if you want to train them from the ground up, or you can buy food and stuff, or you can steal food and stuff. But if you steal food and stuff, you're gonna earn enmity points with the nation who owns that village. So do that sparingly, unless you have a huge ass army to back it up, because as soon as you get a bad reputation, you will have the opposing factions come up and be like, hey, you, I don't like you. I think I'm going to wipe you off the face of the earth. And not necessarily, you're not necessarily screwed if they have more troops than you, but it's definitely going to be very difficult, and you are going to have a lot of casualties, and it's going to take a long time to build back up from that, unless you save scrub like me. Anyway, so there's that mode, and then there's the combat mode. And the combat mode, as I mentioned, it's pretty glitchy, but at the same time, there's kind of just something really fun about it. One of the things that's really nice about Mount&Blade is there's actually on-horse combat. You know, while you're horsed, you can use pretty much all the same weapons as you can on the ground, with a few exceptions. And they function differently because you're on the horse. You know, like when you're using a sword, you can be like, whoa, and just knock out swaths of destruction. Well, you could if it wasn't so glitchy, but it's pretty cool. And there's this thing that I'm experimenting with now called couching. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, with lances, where basically, I don't know, like if you watch Knight's Tale or any kind of jousting, they have that little thing where they hook the lance and then, you know, and it's really nice because when it hits a guy or it hits a horse, it'll basically one-shot them. Even if you're not very strong, it'll one-shot them. Unfortunately, it's really hard. There's not really there's only targeting reticule when you're using a ranged weapon, and even then it like changes depending on what kind of ranged weapon you're using. So it's really hard to tell where to hit with the lance, and I haven't quite figured that out yet. But luckily, you can actually make everything automatic if you really can't figure it out. I have it set on manual easy just because I'm like trying to figure it out. But, so, you know, you can play the game, and if that's, like, the point that you get stuck on, you can put it on automatic so you can enjoy the other stuff, the non-combat stuff. And actually, you can send your guys in to fight without you once you have a small army. But I don't like to do that because when I fight with them, like, we'll just destroy everything. But when I send them without me, for some reason they suddenly decide to suck, and it's just like, oh, casualties. All of your army is now dead. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. I'm not there to organize them, and suddenly they all die, which I guess could make sense if I'm like a crack shot tactician or something, but I'm not. It's just the way the game is. Anyway, so there's that, and then this doesn't even really count as a game mode, but basically the way you interact with kings and with ladies and with counts and with bad guys and with villages and everything like that is you just have little menus, you'll have like a picture of the person that you're talking to, and then you'll have little options, and they're actually pretty in-depth. I mean, like when you talk to a king or another lord, you know, you have your little slider for what their relationship towards you is, and it's very difficult to get those points to go up. So I would sparingly attack them because, you know, you steal one land from him and there goes like 10 disposition. But, you know, I've done quests for guys where I've run into battle and saved them, and they're like, oh, fine, I'll tolerate your existence. And it's like, dude, I saved your life like 5 times. You should be kissing the ground beneath my feet, and also my feet. You should be kissing my feet as well as the ground. But that doesn't happen. And actually, this might be totally different for you, because one thing I didn't find out until I'd already sunk 14, 15 hours into this game is it's a very heavily modifiable game, and there's a lot of mods out there that completely change how the game works. They add different options and stuff like that. Like I saw one that changes the world and all the names and everything to try to match the Game of Thrones world, or the Song of Ice and Wind. That's it. or no, Ice and Fire. Whatever, I don't remember. I've actually been addicted to the Kushiel, Kushiel's Legacy series again, which, if you like Game of Thrones, I would strongly recommend Kushiel's Legacy, because this is the 5th book, and I got it a week ago. I've read this much. It's a really good book. Anyway, tangent. And then there's other ones that add different layers of like the courtship. Oh my god, courtship. Courtship gets more complicated and stuff. And unfortunately, pretty much none of them are save compatible. So if I were to install any one of them, all the effort that I put in the game so far would go right out the window. So I'm playing it totally vanilla right now, and even vanilla is like super addicting. But anyway, so it's not a flashy game by any means, and it is fairly sophisticated. It's not a point and shoot or whatever. I like it because there's, well, I mean, they could have put more thought into how they set up the menu and stuff like that, because there's a lot of, you have to figure out where stuff is. I will give you a couple of tips right off. Save scrub like a bitch. Control plus space will make time pass faster even when you're traveling, which isn't in the manual anywhere. To couch, at least in Warband, you have to be going straight and not turning. And I think you have to press X if you're not on automatic. Anyway, there's various other tips you can look up. And I really shouldn't be giving tips, because I'm still stuck at the stage where I have a couple of shitty-ass fiefdoms, but I can't get the girl I love, or rather the girl that loves me, to marry me. Well, she's willing to elope, but if you elope, everybody in their family will hate you. And she has some very influential mother, brother, father, sister. Everybody in her family is like the marshal and related to the king and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I don't want your family to hate me, because this is the Middle Ages and family means everything. And if we elope, then I'm going to have to be like a fugitive with you, and you're just going to be another mouth to feed. I want your family to like me. So, yeah, that's another tip. Getting good with the father before you hit on the girl. Otherwise, it's a lot harder. Or if you're playing a girl, I have no advice, because that's impossible. I don't know. It's really hard. You have to look up guides to it. Anyway, so I really wanted you guys to know about this game. And I'm sure it's not on sale anymore, but it might still be. I don't know. It's a pretty small game, so you could probably get it for like 20 or 30 bucks off Steam. I don't know if it's elsewhere. Probably is. I just got off Steam. Steam's easy. And there's multiplayer. I haven't even touched the multiplayer, but if I did one day touch the multiplayer, we could possibly play together. Just don't attack my settlements, or I'll erase you. Anyway, I'm gonna go make sure that the dog is not eating any more TV remotes now, and then I'm gonna play some more Mount&Blade Warband. I'm so excited. I'm gonna make that bitch marry me if it kills